Keith Ablow, I love this guy. Keith Ablow wanted to chime in on the whole controversy involving Rachel Dolezal. And apparently he believes that this is a perfect case of what the aftermath is because of Caitlyn Jenner, right? Caitlyn Jenner comes out and says, hey, I identify as a woman, and now anyone can lie about anything and they get a pass. At least that's what he thinks. Now, his reasoning is elaborated in the next clip. Take a look.
If I believe in my soul that I'm a 65-year-old, I happen to be 53.
Yeah.
If I believe I'm 65, I say it to my doctor, I feel it in my core, can I apply for Medicare? Now, you may think that that's funny, because it is. But I've asked more than one attorney who says that's not funny. Given the transgender case law, you may have a point. Well, and someone might claim that Caitlyn Jenner chose her identity, or his, depending on the way that people see it, based on wanting to get on the cover of magazines because that person is addicted to fame. That's a very dangerous position to take if you object to lots of threats, which of course I've gotten based on some of my comments, because the liberal element in this country is very much in this trans race kind of moment, or trans age. Don't be surprised if some child says, I was born Caucasian, I'm black, and if you see them being tattooed, I told you so.
I don't get what he means by that tattooed thing.
Yeah, who knows what goes on in the dangerous mind of Dr. Keith Ablow?
This man claims to be a psychiatrist, right?
A therapist.
That's his expertise. And what amazes me is how unbelievably ignorant he is on issues like this.
Can you imagine you're a person with real issues and you go to Dr. Ablow and you're like, hey, I'm struggling with this or that, whatever it might be. And he's like, yeah, right, buddy, struggling, whatever. Hey, get over it. Right? This guy's a maniac.
He just claimed that Caitlyn Jenner is lying about her gender identity because she's addicted to fame and she wants to be on magazine covers.
You think that's why she inserted boobs into her body and started dressing like a woman? You think that when she says that after she won the medals, when it was Bruce Jenner, that she was wearing women's clothes underneath her suit, that she made all that up, right? You think this whole, like, I've been living with this and telling her, I mean, you have to be a maniac to think that this is somehow a positive thing that she did for her further glory. Like that this is what people do. Like, oh yeah, I think I'm a woman. So then I will go get reconstructive surgery. Who does that on a lark?
Let me just say, being transgender is not a popular thing to do in the United States. I know it might seem that way based on some of the response that Caitlyn Jenner has gotten, but the reality is the suicide attempts among the transgender community is astronomical. And it's because they're disenfranchised, they're discriminated against, a lot of them are met with a ton of violence, and they feel like there's nowhere to go. Gender identity crisis, I shouldn't be explaining this to a psychiatrist, right? But gender identity crisis is a real thing. And to make it seem as though someone is just pretending like they might be a different gender because they're hungry for fame is absolutely ridiculous.
And did you hear what he said about, like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm this age, I'm that age. You think it's funny? First of all, no, we didn't think it was funny. He's like, but it's real, you know, now people are saying this about, no, nobody's saying that. You made that up. No one is saying, hey, I'm 18, but I feel 65, I'd like to claim Medicare, and people are taking that seriously. Which psychology journal can you point to where anyone thinks that's a real condition and should be taken seriously? Oh, right, none, because you made it up. This guy is on Fox News' medical A team. I can't fathom who's on the B team or the C team. Like that maester from Game of Thrones that created the Mountain Frankenstein.
Yep. Or Pat Robertson.
Right. Those are guys on the medical C team. Ablow is on the A team. Jesus Christ, man. Look at the fucking quacks they have on Fox News.